All right. Are we good? Okay, let's check. Let's check. Sorry, I'm late. A few minutes beyond the grace period I try to give myself. Apologize for that. Had work. Jesus Christ. Which only God knows how long I'll still be able to say that. So I don't want to get too as frustrating as it is. I'm blessed to have a job, and looks like it's. I don't know how much longer that's going to be the truth. So I'm going to have to start to figure out something. So that's a can of worms. But I asked a question I already know the answer to because I already counted while I was saying that. And that's, are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday on the 204th episode of my show, VW Casual. And yeah, I'm all right. It's I don't know about my job. People getting laid off. So once people start getting laid off, I don't know. I don't know. So it's like, well, I might just need to get ahead of that and hope I got enough time. Hope I'm important enough to have enough time to figure something out. I mean, everybody ain't get laid off, but people got laid off. So that's something to consider. It's reality. So, but I'm all right. How are you doing, Tom Jensen? And Cotton and lovely Sherry? As opposed to the non-lovely Sherry. We don't have a non-lovely Sherry. You're also the only Sherry we have, so. But I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all you guys being here. I do have a subject I want to talk about. Because we talked a little bit about China's population. And I guess that Algo picked that up and has been sending me stuff on China like crazy. And I found something really, I hate to trauma dump on you guys all the damn time, but this is a really fucked up story I found from earlier in the year, in the last year in China. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And then just again, they sent me so much stuff. There's no way that there's 1.4 billion people in China. That's just 0.000% chance. You only lovely here in real life, you're a bitch. Oh, well. At least you're honest, I guess. At least you're not a liar. So there you go. But like, yeah, man, there's no way. I've often heard over the past, over this decade, this post awareness of the World Economic Forum and the Bilderberg Group and the international bankers, Cotton's favorite people, of course. But just the powers that be, the more, I mean, I've had awareness to them, but their awareness is more ubiquitous right now. And actually, we'll talk about other stuff that's ubiquitous in China, which is crazy. And it's been said that China is the petri dish for America and the experiment for America, and or they have chosen China over America in the global thing. I'm not saying they have or haven't. I don't know. I don't go to the eyes wide shut parties. I don't know what these fuckers do or think. I'm just saying that's not gonna work. Like the research, not even research, just shit. My big issue in life, again, hopefully having a job, but when I'm at work, I need something to play. And this week is, ever since I said something about China's population, well, you know what? Cotton's been trying to talk about the damn Khazars this whole time. I keep shutting them down. But I mean, that's what he was dying to talk about them. I'm just teasing you. On that note, man, I'm not saying that there's not a lot of powerful Jewish people. I just don't like, in my whole life, I don't like outsourcing anything. Like my life, the Jews haven't fucked with me, like personally at a direct level. Yes, that you talk about all the societal shit and all the evil shit. Yes, but like I don't like. Oh man, just like I've never blamed white people for nothing. I blame specific individual white motherfuckers who are like shitty bosses and shit that I've had to deal with. But I've never just like, oh, the white man's holding me down. If it wasn't for racism, I'd be great. I've never been that guy. So I don't really, it's hard to feed into that. Now, there's a lot of powerful fuckers. And Nas, he's probably more interneted out than even me and Cotton. So I get it. But I just don't like. I don't like outsourcing responsibility or blame or anything to some hidden group or hidden thing or whatever. I mean, I hate even complain about this fucking algorithm. I mean, a lot of times, there's quantifiable evidence of it. That doesn't mean I like complaining about it. That doesn't not. I'm not saying as a knock. I'm just saying as a thing. Hey, I'm not saying the number is 6 million. I'm not saying 109 countries don't have something to think about. I'm not saying that. And we're about to get into sacrificing babies, unfortunately. Shalom. See, here we go. Appreciate you being here, Sentient. Say explains why they're being expelled from so many countries. Sacrifices babies. I mean, it's a thing. But hey, apparently they got other people into it. I guess this is a little more practical. We'll talk a little bit about China in a second. China. Speaking of which, I heard a rumor that no one's seen Trump in a few days. Think he got the Biden treatment? Usury and yeah, it does tend to piss people off. It does tend to piss people off, and clearly they're not stopping. And they're memeing their way out of prosecution relative to the goddamn Epstein list. Granted, I'll say this: I'm not sure that everything in the Epstein list that was presented was all accurate. Anyway, I think a lot of that was fuckery as well, right? What we got. Obviously, the principle of it is true, but a lot of what we got, I think there was a lot of fuckery. Maybe even some chat GPT, whatever the fuck, involved with a lot of the things and the storytelling and that. And you guys are saying hi. They're forced to pick a religion and chose that one. Let me see if I can even find the... Bro, this is an hour thing. We're not going to do the whole hour. The world must... Israel. What does the style bender have to do with any of this? No, I get what you're talking about. I mean, listen, being critical of Israel, I think... I mean, there are even people who consider themselves Jewish who can be critical of Israel. So, I mean... But like I said, it's not that there's nothing to it. It's not like there's... That's not my thing. I'm not even... I feel like I say more than a lot of other platforms would about it. Just don't want to... Also, and then look how complicit we've been, man. And look how docile we've been, man. We all talk about Luigi. Luigi was probably a Fed. We don't do anything about it. And I don't want to call towards violence or anything, but what do we do? I saw that. His gift is his curse. Listen, he always speaks his mind. And in many ways, you would think, because, when they start talking about this whole White House thing, you would think Sean Strickland was the guy they wanted to put in the White House because, back in the day, he was such a Trump guy. It's the cuck chair. It's not a cuck chair. I'm not, my life, okay, my direct life, I'm sure indirectly my life is made worse by powers. Obviously it is. Fuck. This economy sucks, right? They hate him. See, he used to be a MAGA guy at first. But I mean, that was a minute ago. Times change. But it's not a cuck chair. It's just like, hey, I'm not about to... There's something to be said about the fact that, hey, this is the fact that so much information that is negative about the Jews has been presented over the past 5 to forever years and intensified and put in mainstream spaces is not a coincidence. And in fact, as much as part of their plan is anything. Because y'all have gotten to, I'm not paid for that. Listen, I'm about to be jobless in this motherfucker. The last thing I am is paid by APAC. That was all that shit was a smokescreen. That first term was bullshit. That's what we're learning now. The first term was bullshit. Um, and also, yo, like I know 2020 drafted me into the culture war, but I am not geopolitical genius, man. So it's like, geesh. I come up with stuff. I find stuff that's fucked up, like I'm about to present. Speaking of child sacrifice, uh, we'll start talking about that. That apparently they're not the only ones into this shit. Um, and you know what I mean. So it's like I don't have the answers. I am employed and with a mortgage. I don't have all the. I don't spend every day on the internet learning about all the shit. Like there was a time, the time was 2020 when hours was cut and everything was fucked up, and I could just spend all day and hear about all the political shit of the day. And by the time I did do a stream, I knew everything. I knew everything that was going on, and but after I had to come back to work and shit. Wade Nation has been to Bohemian Grove. If you don't have the answers, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I'm not dealing with no more bigotry. And what's the Democratic hoax? Which one? Which one? The whole which hoax we talking about? And shit. I remember hearing about Bohemian Grove 10 years ago or whatever. And being whoa, what the fuck is all this shit? Well, Epstein? Shit. Listen, I'll tell you that there's more than one Epstein, and I don't just mean like literally. I mean there's more than one agent operating in the abuse and use of children. Matter of fact, let's just get into China. Let's just get into it because I keep teasing it. I don't know how much of this we're gonna watch. It's an hour-long presentation, but she's gonna get into everything pretty quickly. So let's see where we're at. Oops, I got it muted still. Hold on. Just show you how fucked up it is in China.
That number was cut in half and collapsed to 10.6 million to 9.5, fall to drop to 9 million and 9.
Okay, she's talking about population.
And now in 2025, new births plunged again.
I'm trying to.
Birth collapse. So why are new births collapsing so fast? Oh, because Chinese people don't want to have children anymore. Other than the fact that China doesn't have that many people left. So not only it's extremely costly to raise a kid, but more importantly, they don't feel safe. Chinese parents have
So she's about to get into. I know I was looking for the most replayed. She's about to get into. You're talking about. We talked about Epstein. We just started Epstein. She's about to get into the Chinese situation. How fucked up it is over there, and I hope I have the right segment of where you listen to it and you realize this may be one of, if not the most controlled government, the most controlled media, the most controlled and spied on population on Earth, even close to us, even with us. And the fact that these stories that she's going to get into have become so mainstream shows how fucked up it is over there when it comes to the little ones and them getting abducted. So let's get into this. Hopefully this is the segment. I'm going to mute myself and let this lady talk.
Existential anxiety about their children becoming walking spare parts for someone else. And to address that, I need to bring you 3 recent death cases to help explain this anxiety. The first case is the death of a 5-month-old infant girl, Luo Xi. And by the way, these cases are all viral events in China. So this one involves the death of a 5-month-old infant girl called Luo Xi in Ningbo, Zhejiang. She underwent a cardiac surgery described by the hospital as technically mature with controllable risk and a high success rate. Yet this baby, who had barely begun to understand the world, died during the operation. Her mother was devastated, as you could see. That's the picture of the mother with her baby. The mother was devastated when she saw the when she saw the body, according to accounts circulating online, the surgeon had not even stitched her up. Later, other pediatricians publicly commented that her condition did not require surgery at all and could have healed naturally as she grew.
Okay, so we're about to get into organ harvesting, basically. And it's a couple of stories on that, and even stories about people speaking out on it. And this and by the way, this is a thing here too. Don't have if you're donating do not donate your organs. Do not donate your organs, please. Do not. If you're on a donor card, don't fall for all the bullshit. Do not be a donor. Not that's not a guarantee. Because again, this is something here too, but this is how widespread. Because this is the most controlled media, controlled social media, controlled everything, and this story still went viral in China, and we're gonna have a couple others about this girl, young 5-month-old girl, who had an unnecessary operation, and they're gonna get into it if they hadn't already about them basically getting organs out of her. And stem cells and all that other stuff. Real fucked up stuff. And, the second story is going to tell, I think it's the second or third, tell you how fucking widespread the shit's getting.
What truly shocked the public was not only the many unanswered questions surrounding the surgery itself, but also the contradictions in key medical information before and after the incident. The family's extreme difficulty in obtaining complete medical records, imaging data, and surveillance footage, and the repeated revisions and even removal of official statements issued by the hospital. The highly defensive posture adopted by the hospital and the authorities only deepened suspicion and quickly ignited online outrage. Many people began to suspect that the infant had become a victim of organ harvesting, as infant organs and stem cells are highly coveted in regenerative medicine.
So, Cotton, man, I don't know if, again, we're going to donate your organs to Sherry. That's what's up. Starting off lightweight. Lightweight. You said, who's worse, Bohemian Grove enthusiasts and Disney adults? If Disney adults are the cannon fodder for Bohemian Grove enthusiasts, half of those Disney adults are the reason the Bohemian, or I'm trying to say half the Bohemian Grove enthusiasts are enthusiasts based off the money they got from the Disney adults. And you know what, Cotton? I don't know if we'll actually play the segment when she says it, 'cause I'm gonna skip around a little bit. But she says even the thing like 50-year-old organ is better than a 90-year-old organ. And again, it's gotten that crazy over there. You know what I'm saying? And you got to remember, China has man, we talk about the wealth gap and the inequities in here, and I'm not trying to say they aren't, but China has motherfuckers making $200 a week type shit, and motherfuckers with billions type shit, if you're in Beijing or one of these big cities, they're right next to each other type shit. So it's just, you know what I mean? And then you talk about, usually billionaires are a little older. So it's C. Montgomery Burns type motherfuckers just chopping and buying people up. We had heard shit for years before she died about the damn queen. And we've heard stuff, we've played stuff on this about them using younger people's blood and all this other stuff. There's all sorts of weird, crazy, creepy, regenerative, shit as far as this medical stuff. So yeah, we're apparently people are getting their organs snatched out here in China. And honestly, a lot of stuff that, even though I'm just picking on China, the shit is happening here. That's why I said, do not be a donor. They'll take it. Even you think, who wants my kidneys? If they still kidneying, somebody on dialysis will take it. They wouldn't give a fuck. So unless one of those crazy ticks, y'all heard about that shit? I'm sure y'all have these ticks that apparently you can't eat red meat. You can't have anything that's a mammal on you. It just like really fucks you up as far as allergies. So that's something else is put to the red. Oh, that's dark. Fish Shozo said, funnily enough, have a villain bad gimmick is organ theft. Oh, oh. Guard your organs, y'all. It's poor people around. All right, let's keep going.
I had talked about that before. Yeah, you can take a look at my earlier videos on the dark secret of how Chinese celebrities stay young. So this case broke out to become national. It got national attention in late December or in the second half of December. Then on January came the death of a 13-year-old boy in Xingcai, Henan. I've covered this a week ago. His death triggered a local protest and ended with a large police deployment and a soft lockdown. The boy was reportedly healthy, had a rare blood type, and had just undergone a routine physical exam at school. Yet he mysteriously died in his dormitory. His body was rushed away by what witnesses described as a fake ambulance, only to be physically blocked by the boy's uncle, who used his truck to stop it, as you could see in the picture. Now, after hours of confrontation, the parents were finally allowed to see their son's body. They discovered a puncture near his heart. And experts in organ transplantation later explained that such a puncture is medically necessary to inject organ preservation solution, allowing the heart to remain viable for hours before transplantation. These two.
So for this story, basically 13-year-old kid, they do like a routine school physical, find out he got a rare blood type, and basically slime him out off the strength, and then try to preserve his organs for later. And the uncle, why they just basically immediately, oh, he got a rare blood type, rap. And while they trying to leave with a fake ambulance, and hopefully I can play it. She'll talk more about they got fake ambulances. This is all they doing in China. It's like cyberpunk over there, man. It's wild as shit. And again, it's not like none of this shit. And again, this is from earlier this year. So you see the date, January 20th. That's the date it was talking about. So she was talking about December and stuff. That's the thing. This is already here too, man. This is already here. This isn't just China, but it is, there's an organ thief villain in Dead Rising 3, I see. There's a specific tick that makes you allergic to red meat, and amongst other stuff. It makes you so allergic to, I guess, mammals in general. Dildo says a lot of rich Chinese in Europe, fancy clothing stores have to put limits on how many garments they buy. They buy everything in it. So yeah, there's a lot of poor Chinese, a lot of super duper beyond the pale rich Chinese, and you see what the result is.
Cases serve as a brutal wake-up call for Chinese parents. Both victims were children. Both died in places where people trusted. They both died in places people trusted the most, a hospital and a school. And both cases were handled in the same heavy-handed way. Information control, public opinion manipulation, large-scale security deployment, and intimidation of grieving families. When viewed within a broader reality, namely the CCP's long-standing and internationally accused but consistently denied system of illegal organ harvesting, the explanations of accident or coincidence become increasingly difficult to accept by the Chinese public. Now, this is not a conspiracy theory. It's a systemic structure built on power, monopoly, information suppression, and the commodification of human life.
Okay. There's another story too. I think we're probably done with her for now. There's another story too that basically was I hate to say local celebrity, but it was an actor who spoke out about this and was basically, tweeting or using whatever social media to kind of talk about these stories, and he ended up dying mysteriously. So what is it? Is there a connection between this and Pride Month that I'm not thinking of? This is just, I mentioned something about China's population last episode. Somehow the algorithm started hitting me up with all the crazy shit in China, and I saw this, and like, oh man, we gotta talk about this shit. Just because it's another crazy thing. And just, I guess the things that really made me want to talk about it is these two things. One, consider how suppressed the media is in China. Suppressed, and we all talk about how things are manipulated and suppressed here. But all that times 1,000, yet these stories still went viral. And, they talk about like how common it is. If I were to play more, they got all these different fake ambulances. They got helipads. They got helicopters. This is a whole countrywide operation. They're clearly using the schools. It's to the point where parents don't want to even have their kids do physicals, and then put this into your rationale. Think about this. Going back to the population was started this whole rabbit hole, so to speak, in the first place. And we've talked about the population decline globally, but for China specifically, I mean, a lot of the factors that are global are still the thing. You're not making money. It's even exacerbated there. First off, they were always lying about their population. I don't know if they've ever. It's to the point where I'm wondering if they were ever a billion people, ever. I don't think there's a billion Chinese in China now, and I'm not sure if there ever was. But that's another can of worms. But you got the massive financial issues, job issues, wage issues. People will work for any goddamn thing, but the price is going up. So that's a global issue. Wages being stagnated, cost of living going up. These normal, natural things that are already suppressing the birth rate globally. But then added on that, you have this added pressure. And again, there's not like there's none of this here. We all see those missing kid things. But you're having basically an institution, the government itself is actively and openly and wantonly snatching up kids. So, if you have a kid and you send him to school, there's a non-zero chance he's going to get his organs. He or she is going to lose their organs. That's how crazy it is. There's a non-zero chance. Hey, Perry here, how come you're not a mod? Appreciate you being here. Buzz. It shows you an OG. It's been a while since we've been buzzing Ascension. But yeah, that's. I hate to go from something conservative. Hey, Perry, everything's great. But appreciate you being here. This is a new channel. How are you not a mod? Add as mod. You're a standard mod now. So if this was a new channel or whatever, or if I just fucked up. So appreciate you being here, Parrot. But yeah, that's fucked up. Welcome to China. And I guess listen to his channel, hearing all these problems as he did on around a minute. Yeah, he's not always here. He's here sometimes. He'll show up. You're not always here. Appreciate you being here. Unless you lurk more than I know. Because we do have our lurkers. Shout out to the lurkers who just sit and just chill. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to chill. Trying to be more positive in this dark ass world. This world crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. That's the story I saw through the week. Wanted to discuss it with y'all. Most times you lurk. Okay, that's cool. Lurking is cool. And again, this stuff ain't just in China. We talked about the Epstein stuff. And that's nothing. I mean, they're not adding that. They're just talking about organs trafficking, which is his own thing. But usually they do a lot of stuff with these bodies. And these couple of cases that went viral, they were able to get the bodies back, but they're always not. Hey, Wolverine Snicker, appreciate you being here. They're not always able to get the bodies back. So, fucking dark way to start off this fucking episode. But I would suggest, man, Because I mean, I could look up crazy stories in America. I would suggest if I would, I would not have that organ card filled out, or I would be as a non-donor. Because yeah, and I've seen and heard stories about like taking people who may be in the hospital for something who happen to be donors, maybe a little healthier than what ends up getting presented and something happening to them. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So shout out to Wolverine, Pearhead. Appreciate you guys being here. Always cool. Always cool when everybody shows up. So honestly, as far as stuff to talk about, that's the only thing I had planned. And then we could talk about whatever, I guess. And not to bring the world. I'm trying to be more positive. I keep seeing all this negative stuff, and I just keep seeing like goodness. And then looking at the economic stuff, fuck. And now I gotta try to figure out. I gotta try to look for a job before the shit hits the fan. That's scary. The job market seems scary as fuck. I was I thought this might have to happen. Train your algo. Cali cheating in the elections. I'm not following the political stuff. But I mean, this isn't the first time. I remember when they had that what was it, a recall election, and your boy Newsom got reelected. That didn't look like that. It looked like they had cheated in that election too. That didn't look scrupulous. But I mean, I don't trust it. I wouldn't trust the election process in this country either way, honestly. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Hold on a second. I'm start talking about bullshit. I'm allergic to it. I start getting sick. Look at this. Ooh. All right, hold on one second. I don't want to keep sneezing at you guys. All right. Sorry about that. Didn't want to keep sneezing you guys' brains. Sir, mail-in ballot for the incumbent Dem. God bless you. Thank you. Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter who casts the votes, who counts it. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't trust, and that's why I was a little bit more politically paying attention to it. But I didn't trust when Newsom got, because the fact that they even made it to a recall election showed that, okay, most people probably were ready to get out of there. That's why I don't like, they get what they vote for. Most people, I don't know that we're getting what we vote for at all. I don't know that our votes are being counted accurately at all. And that's, whether you're Democratic or Republican or whatever, I don't think the votes are being, I never have. What the hell? I guess if you guys want to, I looked it up, so I was like, I might bring it, But just the way this picture looked, I don't know if Trump is trying to aura farm with his hand out, or they just happen to catch it. It looks like they're trying to aura farm a little. But Donald Trump accused I'm talking about Donald shit. It's probably like it's 2021. President Donald Trump is accused the California Democrats of cheating, trying to steal the elections from the Republican candidates as the state continues to count votes in what may be a days or weeks long process. They're trying to steal the governor of California primary and the mayor of Los Angeles primary away from two great Republican candidates, he claimed. Here we go with a very late massive numbers of mail-in ballots. and the follow up Truth Social. Are y'all on Truth Social? Is that how y'all living? He claimed there was big cheating under the Democrats. Votes are all tied up. May not be in for weeks. So it wouldn't shock me if this is a lot of bullshit. I would guess there is. You know what I'm saying? I would guess there is. And then I heard a rumor. Why y'all may know more than me. Has it been like a week since we've seen Trump in public or something like that? Or did he go like a 5 to 7 day period and not be in public and people were worried? Did something like that happen? Shit, I don't think Biden is Biden. Y'all remember when he got sick and he came back and he was like tall as Wemby? He was like 7'5". Y'all, the Pepperidge Farm remembers that. I don't know what happened with that. But Biden got sick and he came back. He was 6'8", 6'9", and we just all acted like there was nothing. Pepperidge Farm remembers that. I remember this shit, and I'm wondering did they hit the Orange Man with that shit? There's been people who thought there's been multiple Orange Man this whole time. I don't know if you guys remember the Orange Man clone theories. That was back like 2016 shit. 2016 type shit. That there was one with a red tie, one with a blue tie, but they wasn't the same one. The Pepperidge Farm remembers that. I know somebody in this chat has heard that rumor before. I know I'm not the only one. Cause y'all too clued in. Bro, the double was 6'9". I just remember he came out and it's like, this dude gained like 18 inches in height. What the fuck? But nobody happened. I don't think he's around. I don't think he's been around for a few years. It's a yellow tie now. Might be 3 different dudes. Who the fuck knows? Crazier things have happened in this world than body doubles running the country. Trust me, body doubles have ran countries on this earth. Believe it or not. There might still be right now. Whole actors running a country for somebody else. Might just be his quote unquote napping tie. So I don't know. I wouldn't get too caught up in the political. I think of the political a means of dividing people. If you haven't been divided by race or gender or class yet, if none of these things got you, we got another way of dividing you. Here comes politics. So I'm not big for the other ones, but I'm definitely not big on that. So if you which I don't even know if I was gonna say blue hair liberal. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think that was a fad. I think blue hair liberals is the stomp clap yeah of the late 2010s, early 2020s. Blue haired people with like alternate genders, that was just a phase. That was stomp clap yeah. Y'all know what stomp clap yeah is. Like the Lumineers and shit. Y'all know I know I'm saying shit. Nobody's reacting. I'm not saying shit that's crazy. The Lumineers existed. And that's what it's a trend. It really wasn't like, it was presented as a glow, and it kind of was. Like, you had a bunch of the powers that be trying to use the energy of these Tumblr writers to get a lot of shit across. But long term, it was just some shit just for that right moment. It was just some shit to do. It really wasn't it was kind of a paper tiger. Because all the motherfuckers have moved on. Like, the motherfuckers that went on to have kids or not have kids because ain't nobody having kids. But they went on, dyed their hair back to the natural color and took out the piercings and went on about their life and tried to get a job. Or they didn't and like got strung out on drugs. But I mean, I don't live in Portland, so it's not my problem. So, of course, peak whiteness. I'm in love with you. You're in love with me. You're my sweetheart. That shit was hard. I used to like that Lumineer song. I don't know any other songs they made, but I used to love that little song. Hey. It was real stuff. It was literally the stomp clap. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. They became dog parents. They dog moms now. All those motherfucking blue haired liberal bitches y'all was all scared of, they all dog moms now. They love their doggo. They make fucking what's those weird candy salads for the non traumas they have to dump onto their friends. Now some of those fucking, you ever see that crazy shit where people bring up way too much information about themselves and traumatic events and then just dump a bunch of candy in a bowl? Like, oh man, both of my parents is dead and I got beaten and raped my entire life. I bought the Sour Patches and shit like that. That shit is crazy. What the fuck? When did that become a trend? Who on the internet decided that was okay? Because that's some wild shit. Wildness, man. Wildness. But try to stay positive. Positive thoughts. Gotta find some positivity in a positively fucked up world. Because it's not gonna get, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's never gonna get better, but you know what I mean? It's not gonna get less tough, less crazy, less weird. The internet's not gonna become normal. So you gotta figure something out. The world's not gonna become normal. There is no normal. This is the like they used to say, it's the new normal. The new normal. By the way, since I don't promote enough, fucking new album out called Potency. You may have heard it. It's on the channel. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. I've done a worse job of promoting this one than the first one. Like, I haven't done a bunch of shorts and stuff like that. I do plan on doing like it'll probably be from a phone stream. Like trying to do like a concert thing where I just do like a live stream performance. May do it with this channel, may do it with the other channel, may do it with both. I don't know. I got to figure that out. But hopefully in the next few weeks I'll have that done. Because yeah, I still care about the music. I don't necessarily know that there's a crossover between the channel and the music. I have no idea how to promote my music in 2026. But the best I can do is keep dropping and keep doing cool things. So hopefully I can do a performance and then use clips of that as a means of promotion. We'll see. Speaking of blue-haired liberals, I saw New York voted for calling mothers gestating parents and fathers non-gestating parents. Shit, I didn't know they were still on that shit. That's crazy work. I guess some of them are still around there. Shit, I spoke too fucking soon. Some of these blue-haired bitches tripling down on that crazy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, AJ, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you slumming it up down here with the losers. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for being here. Mookie, that's crazy. Thought New York was taken over by Muslims. I thought New York was taken over by Knicks fans. Shout out to the Knicks. They up 1-0 against the Spurs. And if the Knicks win this series, they'll burn that bitch down. They've been freaking out. But no, I don't know. I y'all know I'm barely paying attention. I couldn't tell you what's going on in New York or the Mandami or none of these. I'm employed for now and struggling to stay that way. So it's tough. Maybe I will have time to keep up with this shit if everything goes on as going. Maybe I'll have plenty of time to keep up with all this shit. You said it's institutionalized. That shit ain't going away. What actually? Okay, a lot's been made about this guy. Y'all educate me. What has he actually done? Has he actually done shit that's like already on the books? That's already going to fuck up society forever or fuck up New York forever? Like, what's a lot of people have felt some type of way about Mondami. For better or worse, New York is the capital of Earth, the informal capital of Earth, or at least the informal capital of the United States or the West. So they're just automatically a big deal just cause type shit. So like, what is so far? What has been the outcome that's like, oh man, like has he actually instituted elements of Sharia laws? Like that actually happening, or was that just some shit that people were just saying? Seriously. And I'm looking for someone dropping. I ain't gonna be able to find it during the stream. Oh well. But yeah, has he actually done all this torturous evil, treacherous evil that the world thought he was going to do? I guess because he has a D by his name instead of an R. I don't know, but like, what has there actually been a result of his thing? Y'all don't know. I asked ChatGPT. What has Mandami done? Just another neo-lib shill like Sadiq Khan in London. I don't know nothing about London except said it doesn't have free speech and there's a lot of stabby. There's a lot of neo libs. Shit, I can argue your boy, the Orange Man, if he's still around, is really just a neocon, neo lib, whatever. That's the wave, neoliberal wave. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I only had the one story. There's a lot of stabby here too. That's true. That's true. But I mean, there's also pew pew here and shit like that. So they ain't got no option. It's just nothing but stab. I mean, I guess a few people got guns, but you know what I mean. So shout out to London. Hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it's decent. I guess with lacks of things to talk about, I guess I'll start talking about our old favorite movies and shit. Apparently, Supergirl's coming out in a few weeks. There's been controversy about how big the budget really is or really isn't. Um, I don't. I mean, I think I might care more about the stabby in London than Supergirl. I'm just bringing it up for something to talk about, or just the movie thing. Um, it seems like movies are cooked. I long term, I could get into the weeds with any of these movies, and there's a little bit of hype because a couple of the horror movies popped a number. But I really think film is super cooked. Like the art of filmmaking is destroyed. Like there's no way back. There's a lot of things that there's no way back. This is the new normal, and we're transitioning to the new normal. One of the in live culture and real life culture and pop culture, and the fact there is no monoculture. And he said they can get guns, they're expensive on the black market, no way an urban youth can afford it, so Blades it is. Price is an issue. Price is an issue for every damn thing right now. Right? So the economy's jank. There's certain things they're not going back. There's no going back to the way things were. And with movies, I just don't see how movies will ever get um, a high amount of even decent quality movies. The theaters are not the theaters. The studios are fucked. Studios are fucked. A lot of them are consolidated. The theaters are also fucked because who wants to go there? Theaters are going to continue to close. Movie theaters are going or movie studios are going to continue to be bought, sold, or closed. Um, I just don't see it because let's just say everything works out from the big movies that are coming out this year, including that I haven't talked much about because I guess it's not in the little superhero thing. That Disclosure Day, is that already out? Which who knows if that's a um, what is it called? Predictive programming. That's another can to kick open. It's not out yet. It comes out next. That comes out next week. Disclosure Day. That's supposed to be a big movie as well. Uh, but let's say all these movies are just great. There was a lot of hype for Project Hail Mary. Um, that was hype. What does that do with the box office? See, that's the thing. A lot of these, uh, okay, you got 670 million. So that did do pretty well. And maybe this year's F1, where you're gonna get one movie that comes up, is his own property, does pretty well, goes away. So 600 million is respectable for sure. Consolidated by who's? It's a coincidence. Cotton, I don't know. I don't know who. We will never know. We'll never know. No, I mean, shit, they're fucking up. They're not doing what they used to. I miss the older ones, man. I miss the older, whatever's, man. I don't know, Coincidence Crew, because we got better movies. Spielberg and his Alien Obsession. Yeah, you had E.T., Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Even the fourth, because it does technically exist. The fourth Indiana Jones, even. But more alien stuff, which, like a lot of people, I used to think something about aliens till the government said they were real. I still think there's something there. I played the clip of Gady Vance talking about that he thinks that, it's funny. That's also a thought that I used to have. Sorry about that. That the aliens are actually interdimensional and potentially demons. That's a hot topic. We'll see how big and successful Disclosure Day is as a movie. But the concept of it is getting switch to flag waving propaganda. Which flag? Which flag are you talking about? You talking about U.S. flag wave? You talking about the what you call it? The pride flag? You talk about a certain white and blue flag that Cotton is in love with? I'm gonna stop fucking with Cotton because I do get it. I made and I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna totally always dodge. Okay, Jews, the word exists. You know what I mean? But go fight for your greatest ally. Cause there's a bunch of flags they got to wave. I don't know if you can get patriot flags waving. They done made that such a political thing, and that was not by design. That was definitely a plan. You know what I mean? To make it so for some people, even waving a flag is a political act. They did a number on us making everything politicized. But as a result, I mean, look at what Hollywood is. Hollywood is so fucked. They're so fucked because even with this obsession and backroom stuff, like that's not really recreatable, right? That's kind of lightning in the bottle. And horror, everybody's not watching horror, and that's Hollywood was about making big. At least it became about making these massive amounts of money all at once. And I just don't see them ever getting to those numbers consistently. I mean, even the 670 million of something like Project Hail Mary. Remember, that's post-inflation, and they still put 200 million just to get that done. And so it sounds great. Well, yeah, if you put another, and who knows what these marketing budgets are, but the thought is 2.5 because you get half of the money from theaters domestically, but you get less than half internationally. Apparently, the Chinese box office going back to my favorite country now. I guess my second favorite country, obviously, or third, whatever. But they take 25% of the box office in China. And that's usually the biggest foreign market, and then all the other markets. So you end up, a lot of them take more, or you might have a different distribution internationally. So when you talk about the money that's actually getting made, I mean, a lot of these movies are just not. Obviously, after Israel, we love Israel. We love Israel just like everyone should do. Because isn't it illegal to not love Israel or some shit? I think even in Texas, wasn't that fucking snake, what's this guy's name? Was it Abbott? Abbott's our governor. I'm thinking of Cruz. One of them said something about making it like illegal to say anything negative or do anything negative or as a business in Texas. Some bullshit. You had to kneel and kiss the ring some way in Texas. I could look it up and see. But her project Hell Mary's DC. I heard it too. I know Matt was a fan of it. Shout out to Matt. But I don't know, man. I don't see how Hollywood gets past this. Something like that. I mean, that's a decent success. But when you talk about the marketing and everything, I mean, and the amount they get back, that movie was barely profitable. And yes, with these two cheap horror movies, you were able to make your money back. So what is that? What we're going to get flooded with? A bunch of cheap, shitty horror movies, all trying to catch the lightning bottle that a couple of them caught, and only made a couple. And listen, I would love $100 million. That'll change my life. But we talk about a studio, you know, they're happy with their investments for those movies, Obsession and Backrooms, for sure. But if they just spent the next 100, if they took that money that they actually profited off of those movies after everything, and they said, hey, we're going to make a bunch of similar movies, most of those movies are going to flop and not be what the people want. And a lot, and we got all this slop. We got AI slop. We got regular slop that's on these fucking streaming services that people are getting sick of paying. We got the end of cable. We got the end of TV. I just, like, goodness, this is, you know, a lot of society is being held up by films, man. This movie industry is being held up by films. The TV industry and streaming is being held up by films. I guess finally Netflix is starting to profit. But, I mean, TV's not profitable. Streaming is just now getting into profitability, barely profitable in some cases. I get it's supposed to be bread and circus. You talk about the bread is still the bread. They're running out of bread. I don't see how they're going to be able to keep making bread, or the circus is going to have to shut down. This isn't working, man. Big music is making bank. How is that? How is it if nobody can tour? That is pure fuckery. That is having. That's pure fuckery. I don't know how big music is making so much money. They are, though. You're not wrong. But, like, while it's making money, most artists can't tour anymore because it's too expensive. And most tickets are too expensive. And nobody buys the album. They just stream it. And, you know what I mean? But I guess they're taking a piece of everything. And I guess they're not the ones holding the bag on any of these things, I'm saying. Because they, even if streaming doesn't pay out anything, but they own Spotify. So you don't really need to pay out anything. And it does pay out something, and you own that. So you get money both ways. You know what I'm saying? They made cushy deals and in many cases have an ownership stake in all these platforms and distributors. I'm with United Masters for whatever that's worth. They're basically a label though. So I guess that's how. And I keep underrating. There's still, Spotify people still, and I'm starting to get, love Spotify. Listen to my little old school playlists as I try to get out of round shape and into a normal human shape at the gym. There's people who listen to Spotify all fucking day. In addition, yes, there's the bots, there's this, that, and the third, but there are diehard fans, and I forget that. I forget that. There are motherfuckers who just love this shit, man. And they're, I don't know, hopefully I can be an independent part of that. I don't know how to find a fan base. Uh, I don't. Music's a different one. Music's in its own place. I think games are okay, even though there's a lot of games aren't perfect, and there may be some casualties in games. There may be some casualties in games, but games are going to be okay because there is an independent scene, and there are layers to that independent scene. Um, so games will be okay long term. Movies and TV, I don't see it. I don't see how movies 5 or 10 years from now we're done. The whole you realize both the movie and the TV industry may have to be the radio to the internet. What I mean is radio still actually existed in the 80s, 90s, even into the 2000s, but but TV was still the dominant um, space, the dominant platform, still television, and radio had to become a secondary platform. Now it would be a tertiary, if at best. And yeah, most artists are starving. Execs are swimming in it. Um, they are swimming in it, and that's the thing. It's like, man, most artists are. There's a few artists who are living good, living good. That's why I'm trying to at least put a catalog together. So it's like, man, cause I think my shit is good. I can put a catalog together and get better at marketing it, which I got no clue now how to market my shit, as you guys can see. Um, maybe I can at least maybe I can get a little bit of a little piece of the pie. But I gotta make better music. That's why I'm not even too like. I have not made anything close to the best music I can make. So it's like I don't even feel like I don't want to say the shit I made is not worthy of feed pics. Like I said, I'm gonna do a performance and I'm gonna cut up clips. I'll do that. I'll just probably do it off a phone stream or that's the only way I could be able to stream it unless I get a laptop before then, which that's not happening because I have a family reunion coming up, and I'm gonna try to get this concert I'm talking about. And it's gonna be ghetto. I'll be using my secondary interface that I use for my iPad, hook that up to a motherfucking guitar amp, which I gotta test that first, and just run the shit off of that, run the shit off my iPad, going into my amp, and I got a mic input plus the iPad going into the amp. We'll see if I can get that set up and test it, and that work. I'm gonna just I got a bunch of fucking stands. Just put this microphone on the stand. Music streams when. Well, I mean, the music is streaming now. I got my shit's already on Spotify. It's just already on this. I gotta put it on Bandcamp. I keep forgetting to put it on Bandcamp. I have the first EP on Bandcamp. The second EP is not, but yeah, that's already on streaming services. I'm already on because I didn't do no delayed thing. It's out on I'm out on Spotify. Where's my United Masters? Shout out to United Masters. It does feel cool to have released music, even though when I go to my Spotify, it just says under 1,000 streams for everything. Oh, you talking about the Synth Day Saturday? I do want to bring that back. Synth. Was it Synthwave Saturday nights? Maybe I'll run it off a phone stream one of these nights. Maybe I'll run it off a phone one of these nights and do it. If I can find an angle that's cool and just see through my mask. I still got, but you know what? My studio's not quite set up, and honestly, it would take maybe a couple hours of work to get it set up completely. But I just been doing it gradually, like hooking all the cables up and making sure everything's routed properly in Reaper. But I'm pretty close. I mean, I could probably it's actually probably at a semi-functional level. But I got I'm still working. So yeah, I'm surprised. We'll do Synthwave Saturday nights. They will return because the music channels are gonna return. And me doing videos is going to return too, because I want to do, and there'll be subject, basically if it's music related, go on the music channel, sports related, go on the sports channel, and everything else on this channel. Um, work has been killing me, and shit, work is, oh man, I've been teasing it throughout, but goodness, it's just a ball of stress. Ball of stress for now. Who knows? Because again, people are getting laid off while it's also being stressful. It's just, holy shit. Here's this come. But hey, I'm not immune to the world. So, to make it Friday nights. Friday nights would be cool. Friday nights would be cool. The thing is when I get off until like I have this weird thing, so I got to be up early the next day on Saturday. I had to wake up early for Saturdays. You're right. Saturdays, a few people do stream, but Synthwave Friday nights, Synthwave Saturday nights sounds like a thing. It's alright, you know what I mean? Synthwave Saturday night. So I don't know, but I gotta wake up early the next day after that too. I will do those live streams again. Maybe they may be for my phone. I may try one for my phone. Hey Scrambles, appreciate you being here. You've done music live streams from your phone. Well, you just set your phone up and just jam. I'll have to do some of those. All right, Fizz. Peace out, Fizz. Which I'm not sure how long we're going to be going. Probably another 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, Scrambles has done it, so I'll definitely do it at some point. Peace out, Fizz. And thank you all for being here throughout this stream. It's been an interesting stream. We talked about a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to we're still trying to stay positive in 2026 for what it's worth. Because life is short. Well, we're not going to be here in 70 years, 80 years. Well, maybe some of you young, I don't know. I don't want to put limits on you youngsters. 70 years, some of y'all are going to make it. So 100 years. Shit, who knows where technology is. Maybe we'll make it. Maybe we'll enter the fucking Shangri-La, the tech Shangri-La that everyone, predicted back in the day or thought of when they came up with shit like Star Trek. Maybe we'll enter that phase of reality and society. Doesn't look like it. It looks like everything's about to crash and we're about to enter neo-feudalism. And I wish I saw an answer that wasn't that. But when you have a society that's basically been running on fumes and it's stretching itself to its limit in any conceivable way, we're staying positive. Play children organ harvesting black market vid. Yeah, it's just because it's hard to stay positive. Shit. I want to stay positive, but I also keep seeing all this crazy shit and seeing like goodness, society's fucked. And then seeing that, I just like, goodness, China is fucked. That this story is that that shit is so widespread there that it's now becoming like a part of its culture. Like it's like, oh, you can't send your kid to school. You need to do homeschooling because they'll just murk your kid and take his organs just straight up. Like it's a fucking Tuesday and that's just what they're doing over there. Like that's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. And we need to take it as a cautionary tale. Shit. If there is a positive spin, a silver lining, let's take that as a cautionary tale to stop letting motherfuckers play in our face and stop letting motherfuckers do whatever the fuck they want. Because, I keep saying, is anyone from the Epstein in the Epstein files ever going to even face a day in court? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. They've been, outside of people who care, nobody cares. And just think about that. Look how easy it is for them to control the interests and collective interests of the world. What do we mean when you say nobody cares or everybody's talking about this? Nobody's talking about this. Well, we're talking about the media and now even the secondary media, of which I endeavor, I guess, to be a part of. talking about the YouTuber, social media personalities who are the media outside of the media. But even them, because of these algorithms, they investigate themselves, found no wrongdoing, and then that's just the end of it. And because of these algorithms, they determine which members of the alternative media even get to exist and what they get to say. And if they didn't, we wouldn't have people normalizing words like unalive and grape. That's how much it enters in the lexicon, where I struggle to not talk in YouTuber speak and social media speak, TikTok speak, because same thing over there, where people, he got unalive. No, he was murdered. He was killed. His life has gotten taken. Unalive themselves, delete themselves. You know what I mean? That's how they get us to talk. So these algorithms, they get to control the conversation and what the conversation is about and what we focus on. You better focus on bread and circus. You better focus on Disney and Warner Brothers and superhero shit. You better stay away from the shit that we don't want you to talk about. Because if you do, you're not going to grow. We're not going to push your platform, which we're barely going to push any fucking way. Because we don't want to pay you any money. But ultimately, the bread is stale, the circus is gay. The circus look like it's about to, like the fucking horses are escaping and it's about to collapse. The tent got holes in it. It looks like this bitch is about to collapse. And the bread is made from fucking Soylent Green, man. I really want to fast, by the way, because it's like I don't know what the fuck we're eating. I don't know what the fuck we're eating. Who knows? We probably, who the fuck knows? So, I mean, I don't know how, again, try to stay positive in a world that is getting increasingly darker and darker. And I don't want to also play fear mongerer. I do think we have some role. Talked about the data centers. Aaron Brockovich. No, not Julia Roberts. The actual Aaron Brockovich has a website on data centers. Let me see if I can find it. Now I'm mentioning it. I think we need to do the best we can to do whatever we can that's actionable. A lot of, and sorry to the people who think voting is one of those things. Not saying it totally isn't, as we see California. Oops, it doesn't always count, unfortunately. There's a lot of manipulation in voting. Okay. Man, with this fucking. Okay. Okay. All right. It's the Brockovich. And I don't know much about Erin Brockovich, only that there was a movie made on her. I don't know who she is. But she has this data center reporting thing. Let's just look at the map. I don't know why she's on the cover. Whatever. These are these are the operational data centers under construction and community reported. So most of these are community reported. Just looking in the Houston area. So outside of Houston, but San Antonio. So man, shout out to Sugarland. Ain't shit sweet in Sugarland. Is this where they're gonna put the Texans? Yeah, somewhere probably here. Understand? So, community report. This is in the Texas area, wherever you are. I'll put this in. You can look. And shit, call your local whoever the fuck and see what the fuck you can do. Maybe it's nothing, but fucking see. Tell them to go fuck off. Hey, Harlem, appreciate you being here. Well, watch the movie. Circus doesn't get flat. Is it a good movie? I remember it back in the day, but I never ended up seeing it. And, shout out to Aaron Brockovich for providing this information. You look at the map, see if there's something you can do. Again, a lot of these are already operational. They're doing all sorts of evil shit to put these things in power. A lot of these, how much infrastructure are they going to sacrifice to be able to put these data centers and be able to monitor everything they can on everybody all at once at the same time? Who knows? But they can be fought back on. This is one of the few things. There's a lot more actionable. We got a lot more actionable things when it comes to limiting the amount of data centers there are in America than we do in a lot of ways. And you know what? The Molotov cocktail way, whew, man. I am not going to call for violence in any way, shape, or form or fashion. And this platform or any other platform I acquire or maintain or build up. But if we're talking about actionable courses of action, it's one of them. I'll say that much. I'm not saying that's the one we should use, but on the list of ones that there are, you're all intelligent. And again, I don't want some fucking anarchy, crazy ass world, man. But you can't. If we can't live in an oligarchy that doesn't respond to the average person in any way, shape, form, or fashion, they can't just whatever we say or do, it doesn't matter in any way, and just push. They can't just push everything on us all at once, all the time, and us do nothing forever. So maybe, if violence is not the answer, damn sure actual accountability gets us close. There's nothing happening. There's a hope that they come up with a Fed like Luigi, and then we could all use him as an avatar to do nothing. That's literally what the hope is. I'm not saying he is or isn't a Fed. I mean, he probably is. But whatever he is, he's something the public that came into part of the public zeitgeist, and it's like, oh, look, Luigi is your hero, so you don't have to be. There's anything they can to disarm you and to disempower you and disengage you, they'll do. Not trying to rhyme, but anytime they can just get you to outsource your power to rather to a political party, to a celebrity, to some guy that they told you did something that that told you shot a CEO, or to some kid in a fucking riot, or to whoever the fuck. Outsource your energy and live vicariously through them. Again, political party, actor, a movie star, or fucking, whatever the fuck. Anytime they can get you to outsource your energy towards that, and I remember motherfucker, I hope Elon buys it up and say, I hope this thing happens, and say, no, you gotta fucking do something, brother or sister. You don't get away and I'm no different. I gotta do something. We gotta do something. Because I mean, shit, if we just gonna do nothing, we might as well just lie down and die. Because they are trying to. They're trying to kill you, man. They're trying to fucking kill you. They're trying to fuck up your life. That's not bullshit. It's real shit. They're trying to fuck up your life. So you gotta do your best to combat that. You gotta do your best to, and we don't have much to combat it with. We got the money in our pocket, right? We can sort of boycott places. Certain things we can fight back, like these data centers. There's other things we can fight back. Hug life. Yeah, if they get hugged by a bear or some shit. You know what I mean? We got our money, we got our voices, and we got our hands and feet, and we can make certain decisions. Is protest a viable decision? Not when they're organizing it. Is not. If you go to a protest and they tell you, and it's got massive. Unfortunately, the protest where it's got massive public support, those things are useless. That's performative shit. Yeah, I mean, you could maybe write a semi-automatic letter. Strongly worded letters, organize the shit, and like you said, a few cocktails never hurt nobody. Well, they have, but you know what I'm saying. Um, but I don't know. I mean, they got a lot of people. I mean, shit. I'm not scared. They got a lot of us just scared and kind of beaten into submission. I mean, the shit it would really take. I remember it was a motherfucker. I don't know if I could tell y'all who it was. It was crazy. I was shocked who it was. I thought he was a Fed. Maybe this was Fed work. We was on the stream, and we was in the back chat. Or we was back when I was streaming with everybody. We was all on the stream together, and he had said kind of an off-color subject matter, like, well, we all know what it would really take to get everything done, but I mean, we can't really explore that or whatever. And then he said to us, like, who were on the stream, what he meant, not to the people who were listening, like y'all in the chat, but like in the little back rooms of Streamlabs or whatever the shit is, StreamYard. And he was like, basically murk everybody, murk and kidnap everybody. That was his solution. Listen, if somebody's got a better one, I'm listening. I'm all ears. But that was what he said. It was just funny. He was like, yeah, just murk, you gotta murk and kidnap everybody. It was like, because it was worded as if it was like, okay, he was about to get right on that. Like, come on, bro. Like, but it's real. Also, real shit. It's as good of a solution as any. And you say, well, there's someone up higher. Well, this motherfucker got it. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker who get whacked won't deserve it. Like, you just win at every powerful person on earth. Yeah, a lot of them is just figureheads, but oh well. If no disrespect to the Cuckerberg, if something happened to him, it's not like he didn't deserve it, or Bezos or some of these fuckers. Not like they don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. They got a Teal or somebody up higher that's pulling their strings, but fuck them. Some of these puppets get it, they get it. But I'm not advocating. This is all theoretical. Man, they gonna do me like they did what's his name? Trevor Smith, the whitest kid you know. He used to joke around like that shit. This is totally illegal to say that. Y'all remember that? Let me see if I can find a skit where he's doing that. I can't think it was Trevor something. Maybe one of y'all remember. Hold on. We'll probably get out of here in a little bit. Trevor Moore. Thank you, Scrambles. You're so clutch. You're clutch as fuck. Yes, Trevor Moore. Thank you. Sorry, I might have even said his name and forgot it immediately. But Trevor Moore. Yeah, they murked him. They murked this dude. Yeah, illegal to say. He used to always try to joke about this shit, but try to inform people. And they put this guy
A new
down.
way
Oh,
to
God.
own your brand with Wix
Look at
Harmony.
these goofy ads.
Create a site with your work.
No, I shouldn't, just in case they do the local. Well, fuck it.
Hi, I'm Trevor Moore. Did you know that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America? It's illegal. It's a federal offense. It's one of the only sentences that you're not allowed to say. Now, it was okay for me to say it right then because I was just telling you that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America. I'm not actually saying it. I'm just letting you know that it's illegal to say that. It's kind of like a public service. I'm letting you know so that you don't accidentally go out and say something like that. But what's interesting is that it's very illegal to say, I really, really think someone out there should kill the President of the United States of America. That's illegal, extremely illegal, very, very illegal, but not illegal to say with a mortar launcher. Because that's its own sentence. It's an incomplete sentence, but it may have nothing to do with the sentence before that. So that's perfectly fine, perfectly legal. I also found out that it's incredibly illegal, extremely illegal, to go on television and say something like the best place to fire a mortar launcher at the White House would be from the roof of the Rockefeller Hewitt building because of minimal security and you'd have a clear line of sight to the president's bedroom. Insanely illegal. Ridiculously, recklessly, insanely illegal. Yet even more illegal to show an illustrated diagram. Insanely illegal, ridiculously, horribly felonious, because they will come to your house in the middle of the night and they will lock you up. Extremely against the law. One thing that is technically legal to say is that we have a group that meets Fridays at midnight under the Brooklyn Bridge, and the password is Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Yep, he's dead as fuck. She's dead as fuck. But shout out to Trevor Moore. Rest in peace. He used to have all sorts of shit like this. There's a few other skits. I'm sure y'all seen it. And yeah, they were trying. The feds was coming after me. I didn't realize. Oh, it's detected in your stream. Belongs to someone else. Yeah. Yeah, his death was suspicious. They said he fell off of. There's always, you notice some of these deaths have typical things. Either drug overdose, they fall off of something. They're always dying in hotels. Yeah, I can play the Illuminati skit. I remember seeing this way back in the day, and this was way I didn't know how real it was. I did not know how real it was when this shit first showed up. Hey, Fizz, I thought you had left. Trevor Moore. Here we go. More from. This is not like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of jokes, but like I've heard of this sort of thing. There's a guy, he's actually from Detroit. Shout out to Unplug Him. He's one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch. And he went on record. He was in the hip hop scene back in the 90s, early 2000s, just as a guy there. And he knew Proof. He knew some of these people. And he says that Proof, and this is what allegedly got Proof killed. And I can even play that after. Proof was talking to a bunch of people and telling them about this quote unquote 13th floor that they had to go up there and have this priest pray over their album and do some weird ritual. And when it happened to Proof, he allegedly went back, told everybody, and then before you knew it, he was gone. That's what he stored. And if I had something wrong, maybe I'll play it just so I don't get everything wrong. So there was this alleged, this point of, okay, hey, here's the, maybe you've been on the label, but okay, now we're showing you what we show you. Here's the some of the more esoteric, demonic stuff. And maybe this is what had happened to Trevor, and he wanted to make fun of it. And comedies, they don't mind letting you know shit. They don't mind disclosure. Hell, if I move my logo and you look at the Comedy Central logo, you got the as above, so below right on it. Well, let me see if I can. You see, if you guys look how comedy is one way, Central is right the other way up. And they have the two C's, CC's 33. So, upside down. There's all sorts of esoteric shit just being done anyway. So let's watch the rest of the skit though. This says 11 years ago, but this is older than that. I think this is 2012, 2013. I could look it up. High in Church. This is the intro to that special. That's basically what Epstein was doing. There's a lot of agents like that. That's basically what he was doing. They was mentioning it as a joke back then. I'll look off screen to see exactly when this was originally broadcast. So, yeah. So I guess it was 2015 when that dropped. So it was talking about it back then. When did the Epstein story drop? 2018. So it was 3 years before it dropped. Or I keep saying dropped. Say it one more time. Say drop again. No, I don't know. A few years before it became a national news story. That was the. I don't know if it's a joke. I think it was really just him telling maybe his own experience. 13th floor being from John Malkovich. Yeah, B.O. Bend over. Suppose some stuff about the lease. Yeah, I've heard him say things. Yeah, he was just clumsy. Fell out of his apartment, and he died. I think 2021. And yeah, I don't know if that was really a joke. Man, I hope I never get. I'm trying to do this music thing. I would like to get somewhat popular and have some people hear my music. I don't want to get popular enough to be propositioned or ever have to deal with like that dark side. While we're talking about it, did you guys hear about this rapper Love Foe? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed his wave, but he had a lot of popularity in the late 2010s, and he's talked about some of the issues he's had by not signing a deal, and by not making music. I was actually listening to. I didn't watch the whole thing. No, Diddy Booty Williamson, absolutely not. But I don't want that to happen. Hold on, we'll skip around some of this. I'm not sure how much longer we got to go, but we'll play.
I was getting attacked spiritually, just didn't know it. I thought it was just life, like how everything was going. I mean, the stuff steady happening in my life, I thought it was normal. But really, I was under attack. So once I started to wake up to me being attacked, my third eye started to open up. I started to see things different. When I first started rapping, they tried to initiate me in a cult, like a demonic cult. I turned them down. I ain't want no pause. And ever since then, they just been attacking me. They've been targeting me, targeting my family, targeting everybody around me. And a lot of my friends, they fell for it. They sold or whatever. A lot of my friends, they sold. They compromised. They've been compromised.
I mean, that's really the main thing I want to say. He was getting some traction rapping. Said they propositioned him to join the cult. He turned them down. They've been messing with him ever since. I do not want that reality. I want to be not I don't want to get that popular. It's messed up. Like I said, I wasn't massively familiar with his music. I'm not gonna lie, because I missed out on a lot of music. In the 10s, I just basically checked out. On the 10s. I mean, there's some stuff I heard. I didn't start getting back music until recently, past few years. So I didn't really get into Love Foe personally, but like that's the nightmare of nightmares. The idea, and he, to my knowledge, he never signed with a major label, so to be still dealing with the evil from the powers that be, just as an independent, like nah, that's the nightmare. So I as much as I want people to listen to my music, I don't want it that bad. And I really don't want it that bad. I just want to me see. Now I'm trying to look at how to have a mobile stream, a dual stream. Damn. I was looking in the streaming. Apparently, they throttle they throttle the amount of people they let you watch. They're admitting that they limit your audience unless you have over 1,000 subs. I can show y'all this. I just clicked on something that said learn more. I'll do a little streamception real quick. So it says, and I shouldn't be showing this shit. The stream URL, fuck. I think it changes. Whatever. Whatever. It's dual stream to be able to automatically do a vertical crop stream for the shorts feed, which I'm like, all right, that'd be cool. Learn more. And I do make music as an outlet, sentient. But I mean, shit, it's people. I'm better than other motherfuckers. I want to make money off it too. There's motherfuckers that I'm as good as or better than that are making money. Why can't I? I mean, I'm still doing this as an outlet. But I mean, I don't see the wrong in wanting more people to listen. And brother, once I do the studio tour, you talk about the money invested and the amount of debt I have. Man, if I could just get out of debt, that would be cool. I don't need to be a billionaire. And maybe, hey, that may be what it ends up being anyway. It may just have been an outlet. You know what I mean? Because really, for my own mindset, I want to have a bunch of albums. And a bunch of really, really good albums. That's what I want. I just want to have a bunch of really, really good albums. It would be nice to get them heard as well. Have hundreds, if not thousands, if not however many people hear them and like them and also enjoy the music. But the goal is almost to be able to create really good albums. But, you know, there's a cost. So anyways, what I was saying is, first off, you need 50 subs. At least 50 subs to do mobile streaming, which I do have on the other channel as far as going back to Synthwave Saturday Night. So we will do that at some point. Why is my mobile live stream audience limited? Allegedly to help aspiring creators while protecting the community, we've created safeguards to limit the spread of potentially harmful content. And then it says, after reaching 1,000 subs, it may take several weeks to remove the mobile live streaming audience limitation. So they do limit your audience if you have under 1,000 subs. If your subscriber count decreases during that time, it may take longer. If it goes below 1,000, you have the same limitation as when it had less 1,000, but you won't lose unless you go under 50 subs. So just saying that they do have a sub count limit thing that they do. So there is some built-in suppression. They say it's to protect the community, whatever. But I mean, listen, realistically, if we're talking about the odds, the odds is it's just going to be me making music as an outlet. I'm prepped for that. Hey, Courtney, appreciate you being here. Have to move in a month. Oof. Got to break down and pack up your studio. Good luck. I'm still building up. I moved like a month plus ago, and I'm still putting back my studio together. Hopefully a little bit more ergonomic than it once was. But yeah, it's been a process. It has been a process. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's probably what it is. You know, if we're talking about realistically, this will end up just having been an outlet. But if I can help it to get more people's ears on this music and get any of this anywhere further along, I can. I'm not looking for a deal. I don't want to ever get signed on a record deal. Except to myself. But, you know, that's nothing. I did set up a company. I am an ASCAP publisher, which is cool. I have songs that could get publishing. I have cleared sampled songs on the public. Spotify, for better or worse, is the public distribution source of music. I've officially released music. Those are cool milestones for me. I do gotta. My shit is also on Bandcamp. I gotta upload the new shit to Bandcamp. I have not done that. I will do that hopefully this weekend or this pretty soon. I'll get that done. And I want to keep doing it and have multiple projects. I'm already thinking about my next projects, but I want to, like I said, I want to try to get into doing performances because that gives me, okay, if I do performance, one, if I'm able to do it, I can do it here. I can do it anywhere, and that can be more quote unquote content in its own promotion. Because again, I don't know what to do to promote, and I really don't want to do anything inorganic if I can't help it. I don't mind putting money behind some promotion, but if I could just do it organically, that would be helpful. So I figure, hey, I'll do I talked so much about clippers. Let me be my own clipper. Do a show, practice it, record it, and broadcast it. And as I do more music, do the same thing every couple months. Like, all right, I got another project or another new song or whatever. So I'll add it into a set with some of the songs I'll do. And then just do that. And then I could, okay, well, if you know how to do that, well, you can go, you're in Texas, you can go to Austin and do that anytime you want. And maybe you time it when they got one of those fucking festivals. You can go to Houston, in the city, and do it anytime. You can go to Dallas anytime, just busk and go to a public place or a park or some shit and do that and record it anytime you want. And there you go. Now there's a means of promoting. There's a means of performing. And I guess that's another thing. I want to perform in front of people. I want to do all the cool shit. I want to do this cool shit. Again, I'm not trying to go to the Grammys, but it'd be cool to just do a concert in front of people, especially with the mask. People are like, what the fuck is going on? And then, hopefully have music they fuck with. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to do with it. But I got to make better music too. This is not like, I know I got better shit on me, but yeah, I want to do a bunch of cool shit. So we're going to do it. I spoke these two projects in existence. I said I would have a synthwave project and a hip hop project. They exist. It didn't come out when I wanted to, but they both exist. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to speak better projects than that out. And hopefully there's more popular. But I really, if all it ends up with a few hundred people ever heard me, I did a few little fake concerts out in a couple places in Texas, and you know what I mean, then that's cool. And yeah, that's what I need to do as well. Link up with people. And that's kind of, I want somewhat of a catalog before doing a lot of this shit, because I just like, it's a lot easier. Anybody could just say, I make music. It's like, okay, cool. When you got like, here's like 30, 40 songs you can listen to and of different genres, different things, and I got different explanations. Like, okay, you got something to move with. You got a resume. You got a portfolio, something. You know what I mean? It's like trying to apply for a job and you ain't never got experience. At least now, here, I got 4 albums I produce all by myself. Or EPs, because I'm 5 songs here, 5 songs there. Next project might even be short. I'm thinking of, because I got concepts, right? There's loose concepts with these things. So, like, I really want to do something associated with a very small game as a means of promotion. And so, again, I thought I was going to, I'll probably end in a minute, but to just talk about what I want to do. I want to do like maybe call it Cyberpunk Survivors and do like a Vampire Survivors clone for it, and not use AI. Like, I'll just do it myself. I may use assets as far as the like art, but I'll just code a kind of a Vampire Survivors clone and just like a couple level or a level, maybe just one level, and just release it for free and release the music as a kind of a soundtrack for it type shit, in hopes to one day do a bigger version of that where I would have like a larger, fully fledged game and a soundtrack for it. That'd be the hope for it. And then I also want to do, I gotta, as far as titles, I got Cyberpunk Survivor, that's loose. Making Up for Lost Time, that would be another hip hop, maybe some synth wave. And Beauty with I say either The Beauty of the City at Night as like a synth wave project. And these are like loose concepts that I want to get done. Hopefully before the end of the year. I tried that last time just when I released it, so we'll see. But I want it to be good. I want it to be good music. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kanye. I want to really make like, oh man, this shit was dope as fuck. You know what I mean? Have people like, damn, this shit was dope as fuck. That's the feeling I want to give people. And so I'm gonna keep making music till I can and do what I am. I'm not at this moment. I'm not as pressed because I feel like I'm just. I'm gonna get it done. I feel confident in my ability to get it done. It's gonna take some time, but it'll get done. Venus Theory, he makes score. Yeah, that'd be something to do, cause that's something I want to do. I want to score stuff. I got so many things that I want to do, and so my hope is to hit those goals. But I gotta also have my own catalog, so I'm able to be able to do that. So I'm creative enough to do that. So I'm in the process of setting up the studio. We'll get there. I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of stuff. Shout out to Venus Theory. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Sentient. It's always cool when you're around. Shout out to Courtney and Scrambles, listening to me ramble. But yeah, I got a big plan, and then because we do live in this day and age, all the curses and gifts that go along with it, it's like, anytime I want, I can upload the album to fucking United Masters, and a few days later, a week later, that shit's on Spotify. I can upload, I can release unlimitedly. That's so cool. There's major label artists that can't do that. People that have $1 million contracts that can't just upload their own fucking music because they done gave away all the fucking rights. I have all the rights to my shit. I got the copyrights. I got the publishing rights. That shit seems cool. Even if nobody hears, that shit feels so cool. It should feel cool in and of itself. So if I didn't put my United, I don't think I did put the damn link. Listen to my fucking music, or don't. If you don't, you're like, I don't like synth pop. I don't like hip hop. I don't like none of this shit. That's cool, man. Fuck it. Whatever. Let me see if I can find. Okay, it's the artist page. Does it have? Yeah, there's both releases here, so you can check out both of my projects. That's nothing. Having a second project. Most people only release one project, and that's it. I've already did 2 of them, so I've already beat that trend. It's cool to create that you could just create and release, and it's not like a. And then I found to do the mix and master, so it's just like shit. And he's cheap in Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. It's like shit. I can just do this shit endlessly. And then now it's somewhat of a limitation for sampling, but with TrackLib, man, I really want to do a promo with TrackLib. Like, yo, I love this service. Like, I can sample music. So yeah, check out my music. Pretty soon, got to get at work with Romo and Krim too. I wish you the best, man. I know there's some technical I can speak English, I swear. There are technical limitations with Blender and with some of the stuff you got, but I hope you can do what you need to do. You've been, don't give up in the crib. You mentioned Goofanoid a few episodes ago. You tried getting that going when that was the wave. Being a creative is tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough business because unfortunately it is a business. Trying to market. You heard one of the songs the other day. Thank you. All the songs are up here on this channel, on my music channel. I got to put it on my Bandcamp pretty soon. I just put it in my United Masters. If you want to Spotify or Apple Music or any other platform. I've been slacking. I didn't even put all my other links for my master link for this. Talking about Apple Music pre-save. Yeah, I gotta get the links right. But the Spotify and the Apple Music is there. Is it still not on Apple Music? I'll check. So thank you, man. People like I Am the Night. People like that song. So that's cool. And yeah, you know, I'm keep making music, whether it's hip hop, whether it's synth pop, whether it's R&B, whether it's some rock, whether whatever the fuck I want to make. That's the thing. If I write an acoustic song today, I can make an acoustic song today and just have that shit out, and that's just out, and that's just what it is, and that's just like that's the shit that get me excited, man. Like I wish I had the creativity. I wish I had this set up with the creativity of when I was young, and I was just so ideas was just coming to me so many times like I could barely sleep type shit. But you know, I'm praying that something like that happens again, because that would be the coolest shit. And you know, releasing music is cool. As much as they put all this evil behind it and it fucked up everything and they lied on everything, and they got AI, and not trying to knock AI, it's just not my thing. They got all this bullshit, man. It's still cool to make music and release music. So yeah, if you said do it for the love, I am doing it for the love. I'm doing all the other parts of it because that makes it more, you know what I mean? And, you know, talking about it gives me, you know, I done talked the 2 projects into existence. I wish they were both better. I wish the rapping was way better. I wish I just had better bars. And I thought I had some cold ass bars. I just wish they were just better, just because I wish it was better. And I wish I had better beats, and I thought some of the beats were pretty cool. Right? I like fucking the Mask song. It's called Mask. I just like how I say I'm in the mask trying to save. This is how much I like. I don't want to gloat and just talk shit. I could glaze myself all day. Pause. But I say I'm in the mask trying to save face. Name brands of slave make and the cheap knockoffs both made in the same place. Trying to change faith. No, trying to change fate and maintain faith. It's just like you listen to what I'm saying. It's like everything's about, the whole song's about different. Diddy booty, you miss me with that. The whole song is duality and shit. So in a mask trying to save face, right? So obviously my character's mask, but you know we all kind of wear masks to save face. And then that the knave brands, the slave mates, shout out to China, but and the cheap knockoffs is both made in the same place. Like the shit you what is that symbol? That little, what it says noise. I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like the Blair Witch. And then it says noise. I don't know. But just like noise. Hopefully you're saying noise, like it's nice. But just, you know, the cheap, because that is, you know, a lot of times the same factor that make the knockoff is the same one that make the official shit. And then trying to change fate and maintain faith. Like that's, again, if you have faith, you just accept what happens. But I'm trying to do both. So it's just like that's just shit like that. I don't know. I just think that was creative. But again, I want better shit. I want to do even better. I want to come up with something even colder than that on the next shit. And like damn, you know, and keep getting colder and colder. I like this shit. I like rapping. I like rapping. And I'm not a great singer, but I like writing songs. And I'm trying to improve as a singer. And I got auto-tune and all these other fucking effects. So I want to try to use creativity with that. So, I like doing this shit. So more music is going to come. Please check out the music. I think it is still something to it. Everything's not for everybody. I understand that. And that's fine. And, I'll make shit that don't sound like none of the shit I've already released. And, it's a blessing. As long as, I ain't gonna keep complaining. So, I guess we can go ahead and call it. I appreciate everybody showing up. We did pretty decent turnout the past weeks. That's dope. I'll try to be back Sunday. I really need to get back to Sunday night games. Bars are great. People get the stank face for a basic bitch. Simile. Man, there's some parts where I got some fucking bars. That's the thing. I do feel like, man, Potency, the synth pop project didn't quite hit where I wanted to. There's a couple of songs that I think are cool. The whole project could have been a little bit better. Even when I do the concert, I'm only planning on doing 3 of those songs and then all of the hip hop songs. But man, I feel like this shit was objectively better than other shit that was released. And I got to put together a longer project to really prove, like, no, I am objectively better than some of these other motherfuckers that y'all like. Even motherfuckers that I like, no, I'm nicer than them. And I gotta prove it. I can't just, tempt it or hint that may be a possibility. I gotta provide proof. So that's why I'm gonna keep making music. So on that bombshell, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. If you like the video, see, we ended positive. We started off negative. We ended positive. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you did none of these things, and all you did was watch and you just lurked, you didn't even comment, you ain't like, share something, you just sit there and lurked and forgot there was shit was even going on. Even if you did nothing but that, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, because your time is precious and is important. Good night. God bless. I will talk to all you guys Sunday. Hopefully playing a game. Maybe playing an oldie but a goodie. We'll see. We'll figure that out then. All right. Peace. The mask trying to save face, name brands the slaves make, and they cheap knockoffs both made in the same place. Trying to change fate and maintain faith. Is there a place in the world that ain't safe? We not in the same place, even in the same place. Gallon bag of gas, brain ain't in the same space. Is everyone in mask for everything they can't face? Is everybody the same with the exact same